Oh, the clickbait.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Captain Marvel and Dragon Ball and how supposedly we thought Dragon Ball influenced Captain Marvel's look, her flame power, her energy, but that's not actually what's going on. You fell for the clickbait if you clicked on this article.
Well, here's the thing. I guess a lot of people thought that perhaps that her fiery form was inspired by the Super Saiyan forms in Dragon Ball. And that was what the fans had thought. Now, you look here, buzzwords. Captain Marvel's a buzzword. Dragon Ball's a buzzword, 'cause, you know, with the Vic situation and everything. So let's go find all the buzzwords we can and throw them in the title.
Yeah, and that's what these sites are doing now, and that it provides us with endless opportunities for commentary. Thank you very much, comicbook.com. Before we get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't done so already. It definitely helps the channel. We've been doing really good this month, and we thank you guys so much for that. We're almost to 40,000. We might
on to 50.
On to 50, then on to 100.
Right.
On to 100. So thank you so much. So Geeky, go.
Okay, I was gonna say, well, the title is Captain Marvel Visual Artist explains how Dragon Ball influenced Carol's fiery look. So you're like, oh, they admit that it was because of Dragon Ball. That's what you're thinking. You'd be wrong. As we go through the article, we'll talk about this. But we got the buzzwords in there. Keep going.
Yeah, and it sounds like that is the case until you get into the article. It's like, Dragon Ball has influenced all sorts of series since its debut. This is why so many felt called to praise Captain Marvel's CGI. This year's her power-up mimic Goku Super Saiyan form, but as it turns out, Dragon Ball was not the primary influence between Carol Danvers' look.
But then why did you say Captain Marvel Visual Artist explains how Dragon Ball influenced Carol's fiery look?
Click on me, please. Click and read.
Okay, so then they get down here. I talked to it. I guess Inverse was able to speak to Christopher Townsend, a visual effects supervisor who worked with Marvel Studios, and he talked about what it was inspired by. And he said, we wanted her to feel incredibly powerful. We wanted to feel it wasn't her suit that was energized, it was her. The energy was coming from her, and that's difficult when she's wearing a full body suit. Well, yeah, it would be. So we talked about ideas. Maybe the suit should be perforated so you can see the energy through. Okay, wait, then that'd be showing skin. That'd be problematic.
Yeah, we're not allowed to. We can't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say we can't put her in her bikini.
No, you're not allowed
like she
to do
was
that.
In the 70s.
According to the artist, everything from Tesla coils, which are very cool by the way, and fireballs, and even photon energy helped the team bring Captain Marvel to life. As for Dragon Ball Z, well, the artist says he was certainly aware of the anime going to the project, but Super Saiyan Goku was not a primary influence on Captain Marvel. His comment was, "We did look at anime, certainly, but it wasn't the strong influence. I've seen Dragon Ball. I know what it looks like, but this was not the intent."
So they're saying flat out this was not the case, but the title says Captain Marvel explains how Dragon Ball influenced, and the answer is it didn't. Disappointment.
So let's talk about this. Why? Wait, go back to the title for a minute. Let's talk about why would they say this? Why would they do this? A couple reasons here, and we're going to show you exactly what we've been talking about when we've been mentioning the media is to blame for a lot of the issues. And because these companies, they're all owned. I have to tell you that chart. I have a chart I'm working on. But the companies are all owned. The companies all own the media. And they're all tied together somehow. And we will show you exactly how this ties into a company here in a minute. But they gave you the clickbaity title because they had to get those buzzwords, Captain Marvel, Dragon Ball in there.
They want to anger the man babies, so you click on the article and give them ad revenue.
Well, this wouldn't anger them. This would be like, oh, Dragon Ball is what we thought.
Dragon Ball.
Yay.
And Captain Marvel. Two of my favorite things.
Okay, so we go to the end of the article, and this is where it gets interesting. So we read all that, okay? And then you go to the article, and here you're talking about, Goku might not have been the hero who directed Carol's look in Captain Marvel, but fans cannot deny how close the heroine's binary form looks to Super Saiyan. Her power-ups prove Hollywood has the technology to give Goku a makeover he deserves. Should Hollywood ever get another live-action go at Dragon Ball, please, for the love of God, no.
Yeah.
So which form do you like the best? And it goes on about that. And it says, Dragon Ball Super currently airs in English dub on Adult Swim during a Toonami programming block on Saturday evenings. It's also available to stream on Funimation and Amazon Video. The Japanese language release of the series is complete and available to stream on Funimation now and Crunchyroll. The manga and chapters that can currently be read for free thanks to Viz Media and Dragon Ball Super Broly is now available on Blu-ray and DVD. Okay, so we have Viz, we have Crunchyroll, and all that in here too. I have a tie-in you don't know about because I have it in my chart. Go ahead, do yours, and I'll tell you mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna say, I mean, if this sounds like, remember to drink your Ovaltine, that's basically what this is. This is a commercial. They use the buzzwords to get you into the article, and then they disappoint you. Oh, this isn't true, and oh, by the way, buy all this stuff. So should we go down the rabbit hole?
Go ahead down the first rabbit hole.
Okay, so this is comicbook.com. Comicbook.com is owned by CBS. You know who else has a connection to CBS? Simon & Schuster, who distributes for Viz. They actually do all the distribution sales for CBS. CBS owns comicbook.com. They're promoting Viz Media and Dragon Ball, so there is a vested interest.
Because Captain Marvel's still a buzzword.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel. Apparently, people. I don't know why this movie is over. Why do people? I mean, because of DVD. I don't know. It's done.
Yeah, it's because of
over.
DVD, Blu-ray
Put
sales,
a fork in it. It's over. But we're still going to have to do that. But why? My other takeaway in, because they're bringing Crunchyroll and that into it, is CBS has I think it has an ownership stake in Warner Media.
Okay, so we looked into it, and yeah, I actually had never realized this. The CW is co-owned by CBS and Warner Brothers. I always thought it was just Warner Brothers, but it's CBS and Warner Brothers, which explains why Supergirl is on CBS.
Right. So CBS doesn't actually, it doesn't own those things, but you rub my back, I'll rub yours kind of thing. I'm betting this is what's going on here. Because CBS doesn't actually own the Warner Brothers things. They're tied together with CW, but those other things mentioned in the article, which promotes their parent company of CBS.
So CBS and Warner Brothers
Also has a vested interest in the CW and has ties to Warner Brothers. Like I said, you rub my back, I'll rub yours. Comicbook.com, owned by CBS, who has an interest in Warner Media, who owns Crunchyroll.
Yep, they own Crunchyroll. Warner Media owns Crunchyroll and CBS.
And they own Toonami, too.
Yeah, they own Toonami, yes. So those are Warner.
See?
And then Viz is, they're not actually owned by CBS, but Simon & Schuster does all their book sales, so they are in a roundabout way a partner, a strategic partner.
There is a strategic alliance with CBS. So the point of this whole article was to use buzzwords and to promote Dragon Ball for Viz Media and the parent company of CBS.
And, you'll see, having worked in the media ourselves, knowing a lot of people in the media, that a lot of the stories, that there is an ulterior motive behind it. And I mean, I don't want to get all, tinfoil hat conspiracy, but, it seems like the vast majority of mainstream media outlets, there is an agenda, and the agenda might not be political. It might just be as simple as we want to sell stuff.
Right. We have a strategic alliance where we help each other. Also, these writers who write for these blogs a lot of times get paid by clicks. So it's in best interest to make clickbaity titles. Like there was one just the other day about, they kind of made it seem like Pattinson was going to be leaving Batman. They're like, Batman actor quits movie. When you actually read the article, he quit another movie for scheduling conflict. It was not Batman, but it was very misleading by the title if you read the article. So that's what they're doing now. They're getting further and further out there with these clickbait. Nobody owns us, so we just say what the hell we want. We aren't bought and paid for by anyone at this point. So
at this point, yeah. So it's really interesting to see how this, but it does seem like the blogs, with them being in decline. I mean, we look at all the layoffs that happened over the last couple of months, over the last year, especially February. It was a bloodbath. And then Vox, I mean, for whatever reason, they decided they were going to unionize. I'm like, that's not going to play out well, because these companies are going to be like, oh, these employees are too expensive. We only need half as many as we had before. And I read an article the other day that Ebony Magazine, the digital version, they basically just fired everybody. They didn't give them any notice. They're just like, yeah, you're all gone, because the digital's not making money. So, comicbook.com, it's in their best interest to get as many clicks as they can, to get as much ad revenue as they can. So yeah, they're going to use titles like this. And this is why I think sites like, Bleeding Cool and the Mary Sue attack fans, because, even if it's ridiculous, it gets hits.
Right.
I don't even know if the people there actually are as ridiculous as they come across in the articles, but they know if they post something controversial, they're going to get hits.
Right.
They're going to monetize the man babies.
So this goes back into the whole thing we've been saying, which is the media's bought and paid for. It's all skewed. You can't believe, unless it's an independent site, it's going to be paid for and have some kind of angle. But the media is mostly behind a lot of this trolling of fans, because we can't ever admit that maybe our product isn't up to snuff. No, it's always the fans. And then they use their arms of the media to go around and basically insult the fandoms and things like that. So I just thought it was interesting on a couple levels here, because the clickbait title, they use the buzzwords and then they turn it into a complete advertisement for their parent company.
I've seen this in so many articles. That was like the one we did yesterday about Star Wars. It was a big puff piece about how all these Last Jedi haters are coming around, and at the end they rattle off the list of products, Star Wars products you can
They
buy.
had 2 tweets.
Two tweets.
One was somebody who changed their mind. One was somebody who always loves it and thinks it's a great movie.
Yeah.
There was no tweets from the other side. Just the tweets that backed up their opinion. It was clearly a I don't know how to put it, like puff piece is a nice way to say it.
Yeah.
I can think of other ways to say it, but I won't. So I'm just
But this is and Captain Marvel's out on Blu-ray now. So there's always, I mean, granted, a lot of times these journalists will write based on what's trending on Google because they want to maximize the amount of hits that they get, but there is some misleading headlines. Now, I don't know if it's a writer's fault or if the writer turns the article in and then the editor decides it's not spicy enough and they have to spice up the headline.
Which is possible too.
Because Megan Peters, actually, I've read some of her stuff and she seems pretty solid. She actually is not... But, I mean, you're going to do what you're paid to do, right?
Right. You've been an editor before. You've had to do this. We've had to do this for our other company we worked for.
Yeah.
We've had to do this before. So we know what we're looking for. It's just funny because it's all owned by the same people. And what happens is when you make an alliance with these companies, then they control the content. They're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to.
But they do.
We've been in that situation before. We worked on a blog. Not going to go into a whole lot of details about it, but let's just say that, a pretty major entertainment figure thought that they should have editorial control over, what we published. And, as the relationship got cozier, there was more pushing. Right. And eventually we got to the point where it's like, we got to push back and here we are. So now... So CLOWNFISH TV not owned by anybody.
We want to say what we want to say, and that's what we're going to continue to do because we want to be fair and honest, and we don't want to be told we have to support things that we don't agree with. So anyway, there you go. We tied it into CBS, and I tied it into Warner.
There you go.
Aren't I hot and smart?
You are hot and smart.
Smart is sexy. Anyway, are we done with this one?
We're done with this one. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more here on CLOWNFISH TV. This has been Neon and Geeky. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for watching CLOWNFISH TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.